Okay, so this is just kind of like a piggyback off my latest video that I just posted regarding how YouTube changed my life with only 68 subscribers. And I guess, kind of to summarize it, it was, for one, putting emphasis on the 68 subscribers because I'm kind of in a headspace within my, in my career where, I'm trying not to, pay too much mind, give too much power to the numbers, and just be thankful for the overall process, um, in which we've been able to learn and gain, um, within this process. Um, so yeah, the overall messaging of the video was just highlighting the overall, like, what I've been able to learn, how I've been able to evolve as a human being throughout this whole process, regardless of 68 subscribers. I think what inspired me to make that video was primarily the amount, like, because over the years, of course, like, especially like even in the beginning, but I, even now, every now and again, I tend to kind of just, seek advice as to how, to grow your digital presence, your digital footprint. Um, and of course, you come along all these gurus, right? And especially over the past 5 years or so, it could be mentioned. You could definitely make an argument that there's been an upward trend in the amount of people proclaiming themselves as YouTube strategists or social media strategists, etc. And you watch enough of these videos, you then come to a sort of pattern you recognize, where a lot of the shit they convey is very much simplistic. It's very much one dimensional, and it kind of diminishes that sort of process I was just highlighting some time ago. Where I'm not trying to sound like an old ass head, you know what I'm saying? But I'm only 22, but like the whole idea of YouTube or just creating videos in general was to broadcast yourself, express yourself, you know. Um, and while I can definitely appreciate the evolution of YouTube and what it's become, it's very much numeric. Um, the idea of just growing a platform organically, such as it's not just through posting and trial and error. Um, it should be mainly about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because ideally, you should have at least some sort of passion or a liking to create videos, and you should want to kind of, in a way, it's like it's a whole journal entry, right? Um, you kind of want to record or your evolution as a human being. You on the path of becoming the best version of yourself. Um, and all that jazz. But I feel like a lot of that, much of that, all of it is diminished when it comes to these videos. It's basically how to blow up within one video, how to not waste 6 months of your life. That's something I heard just recently when I was watching a Marcus Jones video. And I'm sure it's just, trigger words, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's doing this very like intentionally. Um, he's been doing this for quite some time. But like waste, man, like why does it have to be a waste? You know what I'm saying? Trial and error, you building that sort of backbone, building that sort of perseverance, because it's within these sort of situations um, where you do find heavy fog within the mind, or where you do find uncertainty within this path, where you really do got to sit down and become self-aware, through these sort of situations of distress. You become more aligned with yourself, your own being. You become aware of your own mistakes, that you can bounce back from them. Um, you just build a backbone, as I said, man. You build this perseverance, and if you then come to the conclusion that this is your why, man, that shit. This is something that can, like, translate in so many different facets or avenues throughout your life. And I feel like a lot of that is just diminished, man, when it comes to these YouTube gurus. Like how to blow up in 6 months, how to blow up in 1 month, how to gain like a million subscribers or views or whatever the fuck. While I like the overall core, the foundation of these channels is to help others who want to make a career within social media or YouTube, whatever the fuck. That could be very much, it could be, it's admirable, absolutely. But I feel like a lot of them just, not only is it very repetitive, but it's just very simplistic as to how to even grow. You know what I'm saying? Because there is, I like even Mr. Beast. Like I know, you people take his word as bond because he's the most subscribed YouTuber on the planet, and you can definitely be like, yeah, he's speaking some shit. You know what I'm saying? But like even like there's so many Mr. Beast clones that try to do what he do, man, and they can't. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for that. It's because there's no one way. There is no one way. We just keep on creating. We create what we love, we create what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? And then over time, you recognize, okay, is this something I really want to continue doing? Should I pivot? Should I do this? You do that through your own analysis, your own like intuition. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. If it's something you that makes you fucking hungry, it makes you a hungry ass nigga, and you wanna make a career out of it. Shit's gonna pan out. Shit is gonna happen. And that's something I try to like really remind myself every day because I've been at this for almost 3 years now. And yes, 68 subscribers. So it's like, damn. In moments of like distress, I'm kind of just always trying to like revert back to the why. There's something magical about picking up a camera and just broadcasting yourself. Um, and I think it's even like, you become proud of yourself because over time, you can't help but to get better. If you keep on putting the reps in, you can't help but to see improvement within each rep. You know, my first video compared to my most recent, it's like fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of effort that goes into these videos is I love it. I love the process, man, and this shit brings me peace. So I guess this is all to say. All this to say, don't get caught up in the numbers. Don't listen to these fucking gurus, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not a waste of time. There is no shortcut. Stop taking the fucking shortcut. Um, go through it. You know what I'm saying? There is no one way. If there was one way, nigga, everybody will have 1 million subscribers. Everybody. Shit, that market of gurus wouldn't even exist if there was one way. So, yeah, that's really it.